and hello, and welcome to Uptown Tonight. It is the end of August. No, wait, September. I want to bring us back to August. The end of September already. It's almost October. I cannot believe this, but it was a nice crisp day today. It was really enjoyable being outside. So I really enjoyed that. But welcome to Uptown Tonight, the FM area's weekly entertainment podcast, where we believe that a rising tide does raise all ships. So that's what we're here to do. Hopefully you can raise that tide just a little bit for all the entertainers and performers out there. But the best thing you can do for us right now is like, subscribe, share, comment, leave some nasty things at the bottom. I don't really care. It's kind of fun to actually read those. But first, we always got to talk about me because, you know what? I'm pretty boring, so we got to do that first. All right, JoJo Mayer is still up for grabs. So any of you drummers out there are looking to get a nice copy of the JoJo Mayer, it is the DVD. This is what Peter Niblok and I bonded over 1 million years ago at the Best Buy. And all you have to do is name the first drum set, the brand, just the brand name of the drum set that Peter Niblok first bought for himself back in Ireland. And that DVD will be yours. I'll figure out a way to find you or whatever else. Maybe Biff wants a shot at it. We'll get to that in just a moment. But I'm going to keep on going here. And we got a couple of slides for you this weekend as soon as I find it. Ding, there we go. Oh, Zevers. He doesn't look like that anymore, does he, Biff?
Nope.
That's about a little over a year ago. You can only wish he looks like that.
That would have been a tender humping right there.
Yes, it would have. Then we got Cito. We got some Uptown merch. So if you find us live out there this weekend, we're going to be up in Grand Forks. You can buy a t-shirt off of us straight from the stage or wherever else you can find us. So there you go, Uptown merch. And that was that was backstage. We were at the Poorhouse last weekend at Grand Forks there. So that's the only photo I actually took last weekend. I forgot about taking a picture of the stage and all that. So there's the green room. I love that green room. You basically can take a nap between sets. It's really, really nice. So that's basically all I got for you for the weekend. But you know what? I'm boring. Let's get to old Biff here. How's it been going, Biff? It's been a while. Other than running into you out in the wild here and there, but
yeah, it was good to see you at my place of work.
Yeah. So we had to hook up there, and I had to get him on the podcast. We've been talking about that, and possibly getting Ramon too on here at some point.
Well,
we talked about that as well.
Yeah, that was back then. Yeah, if he's into it, I'll throw him a tag for it.
That'd be really cool.
Absolutely.
That'd be really cool. So, Biff, what's been going on lately?
Not much. Just been kind of getting my ducks in a row, I guess.
Okay.
I just writing music. I don't know, just a little bit more closer to content than I've ever been. So I'm doing a good job at this little journey, trying to find myself and, I don't know, stop being a failure to myself and start being a success in writing music. And there's a lot of that coming out, and I think it's going to be a good thing.
So writing's more important for you right now than ever before, maybe?
Yeah, there's a lot that I have to get out of my head, that I feel that I don't need to deal with anymore, but it still makes good material. So
that's usually the best materials, that type of real life journey and all that other fun stuff. But you've been a musician all your life, haven't you?
Yeah, my mom met my stepdad when I was 6 going on to 7, and the only time that we listened to music around the house was when it was time to clean. Mom would get the record player out, and it was, if you didn't get out when you woke up and play Saturday morning, you're helping your mom either dust shit off or whatever. And so you made it a habit to like anytime music would come on, I thought it was time to clean. And then my mom met my stepdad, and he was a touring active musician, and he was always in like 4, 5, 6, 7 projects at the same time. He was just a real active. So there was musicians coming in and out constantly from our place. We ended up moving in with him, and I had 2 younger brothers, and he taught each of us an instrument. Me drums. That was my very first one.
Oh, serious?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So, and then my 2 other brothers, it was bass and guitar, and we just learned a song, and that was "Stepping Stone" by the Beatles or by the Monkees, and I'm not. Yeah, that was the first song that, and probably I think the only song that we learned as a meek trio. that we were. And but eventually they put down their instrument, and I just kind of bonded to it because grew up in a very abusive home, and just things weren't the way they were supposed to be, and fortunate situations where it was there was a lot of drastic things that happened in my 12 years of school. I went to 15 different schools, so I really had music. Music was the only constant thing, and so that's why I'm so passionate about it. A lot of people think that I'm more of an asshole, and I have a reputation as being an asshole, but I ain't an asshole. I am very passionately aggressive. There's two different things, man.
I freaking love that, passionately aggressive.
That's it. Because there are times, and I got that a lot with Ramon and the Great Outdoors. When you can actually close your eyes and you can feel like it sounds like angels singing behind you. It's like that harmony, it's you crave that perfection, and I got that a lot with, and that's why I sent you a lot of different pictures with Ramon and the Great Outdoors, because there was I spent I've been working with Ramon off and on for 10 years, and that's a long time, and I met a lot of musicians based on him, a lot of people that I worked with that helped my career grow. It's like my first year with Ramon was 2011, and I didn't know how to play bass then, and I had 3 weeks to learn 70 songs. Charlie Daniels could go to hell, because Devil Went Down to Georgia was one of the hardest songs. That and Zach Brown Band, like Chicken Fried, there was these multiple notes in the runs. It's like trying to jump off of a merry-go-round and jump back on when it's going really fast. It's like you better hope you grab on, because you might not get on. Like that Devil Went Down to Georgia, that devil part, do 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 do. There's like 16 notes in that one measure, that run, and it's really fast. And depending on how fast your drummer is, sometimes you got some of those speed freak ones who just like going fast all the time.
I have no
idea. You know who you are, about. Chance McMasters. I'm just saying. No, just kidding. I love you, Chance.
All the love in the world here, yes.
No, but that first year when I started playing bass with Ramon, I did 238 shows for my first year. And you want to talk about at that particular time, it's like all this other focus was focused on like 32 Below and all these bands that were legitimately good Fargo bands. But as far as the most active band out of Fargo, literally was the Great Outdoors, because that's 238 shows. That's not counting the drive time. And, whenever I was home, maybe 2.5 months that whole year.
Jeez. Sounds like the old days.
Yeah, that was...
We have some of the older gents that come in here that from the scene from like the 70s and 80s, and they talk about how they're literally playing from like Tuesday to Sunday, and then they get Monday off. And that was all in town even, and it was different venues every week, and I was like,
well, even
I can't believe the music scene was that huge at one point.
Even, like I said, at 2011 to 2012, it was still pretty decent, because we played Jackson Hole, Wyoming, where we would play there 2 weeks at a time, and we would be part of like a 7-week tour, going from just 2 weeks in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, to wherever, different places, and then ending up in Denver, Colorado, where you got a Friday night you're headlining for, or you're opening up for Sawyer Brown, and the next, or Chris Cagle, and then the next night you're opening up for Sawyer Brown, Chris Cagle, Sawyer Brown, all these, Tracy Lawrence, whatever. It's like he really put himself out there. It was a really good, just like my initial, like 6 weeks after I joined and started playing bass, like I never played bass seriously until I joined Ramon, and then all of a sudden it's just like I was like playing pick. I used a pick, and Taco, he freaking hated me using the pick, and
I could see that.
And oh my God, he was just
no Taco.
I'm the bass player I am today because of Taco. Like, I learned to play bass for the Great Outdoors, and I think that I was the perfect bass player for the Great Outdoors. It's just that I did more than play bass. I want to sing, and I want to be bigger than what it is. So it's a good thing that I have my own band now to allow that release and that that freedom to do what I want. And I remember one time I got fired from Great Outdoors. Ramon. This is well, I did one serious time, and it wasn't even because the club owner. It was something in Mandan, and Ramon told me that if you open your mouth, you're fired. Well, that right there was I had to open it, but when he dropped me off at my dad's or my stepdad's house, he shook my hand, and because he knows that I mean for as far as a musician standpoint, I know what I'm doing, and I definitely do my job, and there's no discount on that. I give it my all, whether I'm playing for two people in Joe's crab shack, like little whatever, and to we opened up for Chris Cagle, and that was like almost 3,000 people.
Nice.
And it was pretty cool to have that opportunity, to work with Ramon, and like I said, that there was so much growth in that first year. I did like 5 years of weekends in 1 year.
It sounds that way. Like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of work. Oh, that'd be so much fun though. Well, let's bring you back. Okay, so you started off playing drums.
Yep.
What age was this at?
6.
6?
6 or 7, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I played my first gig when I was 11, and I earned $200 that gig. My stepdad.
Yeah, I would put the hook in.
I was really scared. I was just, I wasn't always a big guy. I didn't get to be a big guy till I was about 15 or 16. Like when I shot up over 1.5 feet, and I put on like 130 pounds. You want to talk about growing pains?
Wow.
This boy did it. Like I was picked on a lot in school and growing up because my parents had considerations for their addictions at the time. And it didn't require them to think that we needed to have adequate, clothing that the kids wouldn't make fun of us because they knew we went to the secondhand store. So they knew we were product of welfare and growing up. And it's like, so I got my ass beat at home, and then I also got beat up at school. And it was a tough thing not being able to escape that. But, there's a difference. Like my brother underneath me, Greg, he was a hell of an athlete, and he put all of his aggression and all that pain that when we were growing up, and all the abuse and all that stuff like that, he bonded to that. But sports doesn't stick with you as long as music can,
No, not even close.
And I just happened to bond with the right particular things to help me get to where I'm at now with as little, I guess, resistance as possible. I mean, I feel like I'm my goal to grow old responsibly. I feel like I'm on the right track for that. And I've been, and I didn't realize until just recently how irresponsible I've been.
You just figure that out one day, and you're just like, oh, yeah, I better do something about this.
That's it too.
That aha moment. I know what you're talking about.
I've heard a lot of people along the way, and there's a lot of selfishness moments, but it's I really needed to be the way I had to, push the people that I love away. The way I did it, I felt I did it the way I did because they were enabling me to be the way I was, instead of like, this is the longest I've been, the last like year and a half. I mean, I got off a toxic relationship, and and I love her to death. But I broke her heart, and I just realized it's like, it's easier to just, if things work out, for some reason down the line, I mean, so be it. But, it's just like, I'm not, I don't know, I'm worth me a little bit more. And I'm starting to realize that,
Yeah, well, understood. That journey in life. That's what makes everyone unique and interesting, I think.
What makes great music.
Well, that too. It definitely does. We'll get to some of that here. The titles are great. I've only listened like the first few seconds of each one just to make sure they're working, because I just want to have like a pure reaction from me, not just.
Well,
like,
that looking okay. That now I'm telling you that looking for pieces of me that has explicit lyrics, because that's about my girlfriend my last girlfriend that I had. It's just one of those things. It's me walking away with dignity and not having to grovel, knowing that she's out there being with somebody else. The woman I love is doing that, and she wanted to be my friend, and I can't be her friend, because I love the girl, So I just, that song was me walking away with dignity and just accepting the fact that it's if she's gonna come back, she'll come back. I got to do me better.
Gotcha. Let's bring you back though. So you started drums at 6. You started playing professionally at 11. Did you play drums all the way through, or
No,
what happened?
no. When I was 13 years old, I ended up at the God, Home on the Range for Boys. Man, I'm not getting that old yet. I can remember a lot of things, but Home on the Range for Boys in Sentinel Butte, I was there. Just troubled youth because I really have no structure. So that was a part of one of my journeys of the 15 different schools but they had like there you're fending for yourself because there you're with a bunch of people that are just like you know. Like I really didn't like seriously like pick drums back up until probably like 17, and that wasn't even like where it became serious. Like I started guitar when I was about 15 or 16, and the acoustic guitar. Now that's my favorite guitar because when I sing with a full band, it's like there's so much that's filled already. So your voice, you can just focus your voice where you need to. And I like singing acoustically and just, I have two different voices, and my acoustic voice I think is just that. I've had people tell me that it just gives them goosebumps, and it gives me goosebumps too because I'm very intimate when it comes to acoustic guitar.
The pure soul comes
and so at 15 I really like that's the time like Alice in Chains, like the Jar of Flies came out.
Oh, beautiful.
And so I was really got into like Lane Staley and Jerry Cantrell and going that way. And I was, then Soundgarden and, because then Columbia House was sending me all these, remember all these mock names to try to get as many CDs as you can from Columbia House or BMG. Remember that?
The 12 for a penny.
Oh, absolutely.
Like oh my God, yeah, I remember that stuff.
So I did that. I mean, I had a collection of shitloads of music, and so I had a wide variety of music. I'm a huge Pink Floyd fan.
You gotta be.
My favorite guitar is the Les Paul. I'm a huge fan. There's just something about the Les Paul that just, I don't know, it fits my fingers well.
Does it have to be Gibson, or can it be Les?
No, it just has to be a Les Paul. Okay. Just something that's close or vintage. I had a Washburn 77 Les Paul reissue, and it was, God, that thing was so heavy and just grand, and the thing took a beating and would go and go and go, and I find that the cheaper you go, man, I had a hammer like the bass that I have now. Speaking of that, just really quick, this bass I have now, the reason how I ended up with that is because when I was recording music, I had this road bass, this hammer. Every time I would plug it in my board, I would get a Mexican radio station on coming through. So, but anyways, getting back. So, 15, like I was really when I was serious, like engulfed in the guitar, and it wasn't like I did minor things in bass, just enough to fill demos to do my part.
Oh, gotcha.
And then Taco was one of my jam buddies. Whenever Great Outdoors was home, Taco and me would hang out and we would go to jam sessions. Well, Ramon asked Taco, do you think Biff could fill the job? Because they needed a bass player, and Taco was more confident that I could do that. Now, I didn't know shit about, serious bass. I could keep time. I didn't know nothing about country bass because I was into metal, and hard rock, and it's like you realize then that, it's like halfway through that 3 weeks when I learned it, like I said, I was just like, I was so engulfed in all this country that, I think, I don't know, I think I smoked more pot than, to try to figure that out, and it just made me more dumb because I was so frustrated. I almost, like, my first show, it was like Halloween of 2011 at the Garage Bar.
That's right near here.
Yeah, it was there, and oh my God, I just went out there, and I was like, oh, God, I would have fired me. I would have just fired me. But Ramon said there was one thing that he said was that there was progress, that each gig got better and better. And then 6 weeks after joining, like I said, we opened up for Chris Cagle one night and then Sawyer Brown another night. And those are all 2,000 and 3,000 people clubs, you know, I mean, our crowds. So it was pretty cool.
That would be really fun to do.
It was fun. Yeah.
Oh, so cool. So you learned how to play. What music do you start? Well, you said metal, but just like Alice in Chains, or did you dive deeper into the darkness?
Well, I just anything that just sounded cool. I learned it. I don't know, but growing up in the, you know, how much I embraced music, I interpreted lyrics more seriously than most people did. So I was, instead of just the melody, you know, most people focus on the melody, or the first thing they hear when they listen to a song is usually the bass line or the melody. Me, I like the lyrics. I have to watch a YouTube video and I have to put the lyrics on there, because I would rather, that's one of my strategies when I'm learning a song is I have a certain way I learn it, and I can learn things fast and I can retain really well.
Gotcha. Yeah, you should check out Dan Brecky's second podcast with us. And then way back, we had John Huber from Shotgun Facelift. Just blew my mind away just talking about lyrics and how they incorporate them, and then like the stuff behind it is. I couldn't keep up with that guy. He was just blowing me away.
I'm a huge lyricist. I really love lyrics. I love words. I love playing words, and I rolling through like all, you know, the tracks that you have there.
Yeah.
I actually recorded all those on my Samsung phone.
Right on the phone.
Right on my phone, and I'm master.
Should we get to those now? Would you want to do that, or
sure?
Or do you want to talk a little more about your guitar playing days?
Well, we can have time for that, because I'm hoping to get back to playing guitar and, you know, and doing it that way, as well as just, you know, I've been working on, because my journey as playing bass has allowed me to move a little bit cleaner and faster up and down the fretboard of a guitar. So I was like learning some Gary Moore, like the Still Got the Blues solo and stuff like that.
Beautiful.
Like I'm just learning it, and that's all Les Paul stuff. So it's like, yeah, I got something that I want to put together a pretty good show that's just going to just show versatility as well as just straight up entertainment, you know?
Gotcha.
You know, and one of the songs that, you know, when we're done here, I'll let you hear it. I'm just waiting for my guitar player, Sean Hairbear Wise, to get done with to write the guitar solo. He says it can't just come to him, but you know, he's good. I know it could just come. But anyways, one of those, it's almost like a stripper oriented song, you know, but there's a catch that is going to happen is, you know, I'm going to do something very different than I've done, you know. But anyways, this first song is that one with about my ex, and just how I didn't want to be part of her life anymore. The song, it's just, there's no bass, and she fell in love with me up on stage playing bass. So it's basically, I gave the bass a break for this song. So it's just acoustic guitars and a loop drum beat, and that's only providing the bass reverb in that song.
Is that just Looking for Pieces?
That's it.
Okay, let's take a check on this one.
It was a little bit of an intro, you know, like 6 seconds, and then it goes.
It's amazing what you can do with your phones these days. I wouldn't even have thought of that.
I'm hoping that Samsung will endorse me then. Very catchy. It came out of my head, the way it sounded, it landed like that.
I can't have you thinking that you had me all figured out. If you ever wonder why we can't be friends anymore, let me tell you what I'm talking about. You tell me everything was gonna be alright, now you're fucking everyone but me. You're just a war inside my head that you never cared to see. I love you, but I hate you. Can't take your shit no more.
I wanted it that way for a reason.
Should've took your advice and locked my goddamn door. So you take the high road, I'll take the low, and baby, I'll be on my way.
Really catchy though, huh?
Yeah.
I don't wanna know who you're fucking, but I'm glad that you're okay.
Me walking away with
Was
this.
hell, you know, just to let you go, but I have to set you free. You're just too goddamn busy out there looking for pieces of me.
She would meet these guys.
You always made my heart skip a beat, but you'd rather throw that away.
That reminded me of you.
Because I broke a promise to you, and my son is here today.
Tearing me up.
Just remember all those drunken nights and all that nasty shit you said. I wish that you could go fuck yourself, but take this advice instead. Mama, you take the high road and I'll take the low, and baby, I'll be on my way.
I
Don't wanna know who you're fucking, but I'm glad that you're okay. There's some peace to know that I could let you go. I just had to set you free. You're just too goddamn busy out there.
Yeah, all on my
for
phone.
pieces of me.
Looking for
I wish that she
yeah.
loved me and wanted all of me,
Well, she gave it to me.
not just pieces. Cause I'm standing right here. I want to prove to you that everything is gonna be alright. As long as you don't want me, mama, it'll never be alright. So I gotta let you go. Much as it hurts, take care. Goodbye.
And I just said you could fade it out if you want. It does cut out right now. I've got the dog out there. Yeah,
There he goes. Yeah.
not too bad, huh?
No, great structure, great payoff with that.
Yeah.
Just that the lyric there, but that was beautiful. That was beautiful. I give you a ZB's on that one.
Right on.
Let's see, where's my ZB one?
Hey.
All
Nice.
right, let's get to the other one now.
All right.
What was that?
So which one is which one is that I? So that was the see when I wrote this next song here, this being this damn broke. Now this is just the acoustic now version. I'm going to do a full band version of it. Now this was written after I like my I was having an affair, came to light, and ended up with the girl that last song was about. I was with. This is after my son was born too, so there was a lot of going on in the past 3 years. So, but anyways, I actually did a self-evaluation of just how big of a piece of shit that I really was, and I wrote this song because it's like, but see, no, this was like, but see, I was believing what everybody was saying, and it's like really, I've done more good things than the bad things. It's just the bad things took more time in my life.
Everyone remembers the bad things.
Yep.
Which I think is
I've done way more good things, but this is a song called Being This Damn Broke.
Now come on and play.
Yeah.
You might have to reset that one.
Yeah.
Yep. Duct Tape Production presents. And still nothing. Come on, boy. He worked earlier.
It did, huh?
Yeah.
I'll tell a couple of bad dad jokes
There
until
we
then.
go.
I'm a master of bad dad jokes.
I love doing that.
And
I do that to my class. all the
I
time.
tell them that when I'm waiting tables at Mexican Village downtown, I get people that come up there and they love them. Either they don't admit it, but they do. Like here, like Fargo city officials are talking about making it a felony to go pee and poop in public. City officials are talking about making it the number 1 and number 2 priorities. All right, here's another one. Rudolph the Red wakes up one day, gets out of bed, puts his feet on the floor, goes to the window, opens the window, and
there we go.
oh, it's going?
Yep.
All right.
I'm a son of a bitch, will never be rich. Just a low down dirty shame.
I love it already.
Shitloads of debt, the worst credit you get. All I feel like is just a name.
Same here.
I suck at life, been through 2 wives, music's my only claim to fame. When shit gets worse, is it a curse? Or am I really the blame? Said I'd be a better man than my old man if if I ever walked out the door. And swore to love my kids more than my daddy did, just to even out the score. There was a day where I could say that I valued life much more. The life stole my crown and knocked me around. Now I'm low down to the core. But I can work some steel and teach a robot to get the job done. I'm a hardwired, hard-headed fist of a son of a gun. But all my life I fought hard to survive. It's a wonder I'm still alive, 'cause I've been to hell many times and it ain't no joke. I'm sick and tired of being this damn tired and of being this damn broke.
Yeah.
Got scars on my wrist, broken knuckles in my fists, for doing what I had to do. I talked with my rage, got locked in a cage. Don't judge me, you don't have a clue. Hard to survive with your life in a dive and barely making it through. I can't explain without going to say, just walk a mile in my shoes. But I can work a field with or without the sun. I can throw some bales, I'm the guy who would get the job done. But all my life I fought hard to survive. It's a wonder I'm still alive, 'cause I've been to hell many times and it ain't no joke. I'm sick and tired of being this damn tired and of being this damn broke. Being this damn broke.
Oh, dude, yeah, you got something going here.
Yeah.
This is really nice. Really nice.
I got some big
That was all
visions.
recorded on a phone. Samsung.
Yeah.
You got to endorse this guy. Cool. All right. Well, I got to get to our weekly report here before we get to your photos, because
Sure.
we got plenty of them in there. I know there's going to be a bunch of stories there. So I'm going to have to ask you this one question, and this one question only. If you were able to play at one venue for the rest of your life and just there every weekend, which one would it be? And it could be anything. Well, we're going to make you hold on to that answer and just wait. We got the weekly report here. Cena, we missed you, man. All right, we're going uptown right away at the Windbreak. We got Slamma-Bama Thursday and Friday, the 29th and 30th. And Tripwire is going to round out the weekend on Saturday the 1st. Shooting Star, I can't believe it's October already. Shooting Star Casino Manome and Switch will be in the Mustang Lounge Friday and Saturday. And then we had Southtown Poorhouse in Grand Forks, where we just played last week. Kissing Company will be striking the stage there on Saturday the 1st. At the TAC in Moorhead, we got Brass Interference tomorrow night, 29th. And then Rico Act and Cleopatra will be there on Saturday the 1st. Fargo Theater, we have Joe Bob Briggs tomorrow night on the 29th. And then Joe Gatto on Sunday the 2nd.
Is that the actual Joe Bob Briggs?
It has to be.
Like that TBS or that?
They have a lot of press behind it. I just had no idea who it
Well,
was.
yeah, he did that like monster theater whatever thing back in like TBS or WGN back in the day with Joe Bob Briggs. You know, Monster Vision with Joe Bob Briggs, something like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, that's why I have you guys here.
That's pretty cool.
Me.
That's pretty cool.
No idea about that. Okay, Downtown Acoustic Corner on Wednesday, September 28th. That's tonight. We got Samantha and Chris are going to be at Murphy's Pub, a couple blocks from here. As we speak on Thursday, September 29th, I can speak with Louis Ranica and Chris Argiano. I hope I said that correctly, you two, at the Midtown Tavern. The Crop Dusters will be at Pub West. Rachel Aniro will be at Spicy Pie in West Fargo. We got Rick Adams at JC Chumley's. Dan Brecky at Silver Spike. Todd Sisson will be at the Cork and Cleaver. And then Brianna and Lars with Blue Red Roses will be at the Silver Dollar Flying Pig in West Fargo. On Friday, September 30th, Rick Adams will be hitting tailgaters, and Rick Adams getting around this weekend, and then Michael Pink at the Unwind. We're going downtown, Front Street Tap Room, Vinyl and Vino, Thursday, tomorrow night. Then open mic with Travis Negros on Monday. At the Cellar, we have open mic with Mark A. Belcher is going on tonight, probably as we speak, and Ed Hill and Nathan Postbucky. I don't know if I said that at all correctly. On Friday, so you want to get some good stand-up, there you go. Ed Hill seemed to have a lot of endorsements behind him. So then we have Troll Lounge. We have Carrie Marie on Saturday, and on Bluegrass Jam next Tuesday the 4th at the Fargo Brewing Company. We have Laura Jane Grace with Pass the Flask on Thursday, and then the Midwest Murder Podcast Live will be on Friday. And I have to be playing that night. I wanted to check out one of those to see what that is all about, because it just looks intriguing. And I've been doing it like quite a few times, at least for over a year. And then Jasper Motel, we got John Janicek will be there on Thursday, tomorrow night, the 29th, and then Delta 42 at the Hotel, Kathy Brecky, the 42nd Street Jazz Band. It's all good jazz happening tomorrow. Downtown again, Dempsey's, we have open mic night with Gina Powers tomorrow night, then Confusion on Friday. DCR, the DrumCon Wrath, which will be closing its doors, sadly. At least the tap room. They're still going to be producing their microbrew. And that is downtown Fargo. I think it's on Main. But don't quote me on that. That's allegedly on Main. And they have the open mic night. It'll be the last one there with Travis Negros tomorrow. And then they have the Crop Dusters with the final DCR performance. I think they called it an Irish Wake or something like that. It'll be on Friday. So get out there and support these people. I mean, it was a great venue to have. And it's going to be sorely missed. At the VFW Walking Phoenix on Friday and Saturday, the 30th and 1st, at Harley Davidson, we got Quick 56 tomorrow night. And then at Rick's, Shotgun Facelift, Anomic, and Gradients are going to be there on the 30th.
Jade is my good friend from Anomic.
Oh, Jay will also be playing at Ajada Records in Grand Forks on Saturday. I forgot to put that on there.
That's a talented guy.
Happening out there.
That's a talented guy right there.
The couch you're sitting on is actually Jay's.
Really?
Yeah, he was living here, he left it.
Nice.
Out of town, we have at the original Minot Candlebox tonight, and then on Thursday, tomorrow night, Blackhawk at Laughing Sun Brewery in Bismarck, Mandan, our favorite brewery in Bismarck, Mandan area. Quaishan on Thursday, Apollo Suns on Friday, the Mooncat Saturday, and then open mic with Danny Savage on Tuesday. Lots of stuff happening there. Thank you, Laughing Sun. And there's Ojata, there we go. Oh, see, I did put it on here. I thought I forgot to put it on here. We got Dingus, My Kid Banana, Anomic, Jay, and Colton J on Saturday, and then at the Diamond Lounge in Grand Forks, that funny band Uptown is going to be hitting the stage for Friday and Saturday. And that's all I got for you this week. So let's get it back to Biff. All right, so Biff, favorite venue you would like to spend the rest of your waking days on?
Well, here's
this is just a hypothetical.
Okay, can I pick one indoor and one outdoor?
Because of the judges, and they say yes. Let's
okay.
Do it.
Well, obviously the Grizzly Rose, because it's such massive concerts.
Where is that? I am
in Denver, right? In Denver.
In Denver,
yeah.
Okay.
And that's, like I said, we opened up for Chris Cagle, Sawyer Brown, and Tracy Lawrence at those places, and the stage is so monstrous. It's huge. You figure like 2,000 to 3,000 people per show. You come out there, balls swinging 90 minutes and just ripping it, just going to give it everything. It's great.
Is that indoors or outdoors?
Indoor.
Indoor.
Now the outdoor thing, we just did the Bottoms Up run, and we did it twice with Great Outdoors, and then I did it once with Broken Thirsty, and I had the time of my life because it was like there was no ceiling for what I could do and how idiotic or whatever I wanted to be and still have a good time doing it. And that right there, for outdoor wise, I love Bottoms Up in Marmarth, North Dakota, which is about 29 miles west of Bowman, North Dakota.
You were talking about that. That's a couple days, right?
There's a few pictures in there of Bottoms Up run. I did have some pictures of that.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's like I said, favorite place.
Let's get to that then.
Sure.
We gotta get to those.
Sure.
those shows. So here we go. First off, we start with the puppy.
That's actually, believe it or not, that's my son's now. That's my ex's my kid's mom's dog, but that's my son's puppy, my son Jacob. Yeah, that's his puppies. That's Ajax.
Ajax.
Yeah.
Oh, so nice.
Yeah, that was
we have the. Why am I forgetting the name of the
Phantom
movie?
of the, like a Phantom of the Opera
There
type
it is.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't really know what I wanted to be. I just tried something so I could still sing and not have to have my face fully covered. My mouth was unobstructed.
I played a metal band back in the day with the singer would wear that exact mask on stage.
It was strictly for singing. Now that's actually one of the lineups of Great Outdoors. You had Vance Van Wagner playing drums in the back. You can't probably see him, but then you have Ted Delfs playing guitar.
Drummers aren't important.
Ted Delfs on guitar, and then he's with them right now. Ted Delfs and obviously Ramon Gonzalez over there. We were playing at Slater's in Williston right there with that picture.
Nice.
And
yeah, I played a few myself.
I filled in with the Randy Burkhart band out of Cheyenne, Wyoming for 2 weeks. I did 1 week at the Lonesome Dove and then 1 week at the Rockin' Horse. And that was, I wish I could have, there might be a full photo of that, but that's actually me filling in with them, and that's on stage with them at that particular time. Obviously, that was the lineup just before the first breakup of Broken Thirsty right there.
Oh.
Yeah,
so is that Dan Fuca?
That's Dan Fuca.
Oh,
yeah.
Dan Mother Fuca.
Yeah, he was like the last like eight months or 6 months after Sean Weiss left the first time.
Gotcha.
He was Captain Fireball at that particular time. Sean Weiss was, and he's sober now. He's awesome to hang around now, but back then he was just, he was rough. Some of that pictures, if I could find some pictures of him, you'll see there's Satan in that look.
Dan Fuca had some medical issues here this past week. I heard.
I haven't. I don't really go on to Facebook much, but you want to talk about we never had one practice with that guy when our guitar player left and we needed him to jump on board. He just came on and he didn't practice at all, and we went full swing until the end without a practice, and he just owned everything. You want to talk about a talented guitar player is Dan Fuca right there.
Yes.
Yeah. And then that's actually at the Bottoms Up run right there. That was the first one. That was the second year. No, the first year of Bottoms Up run. I actually caught weird. That was right after Sturgis, and I actually had COVID right there.
Oh,
the first time. Well, because what's crazy is I was in the hotel room and I was spraying air freshener, and it was cloudy in there, and I'm like looking at my girlfriend at the time, like, can you smell that? She goes, yeah. I was like, I can't. Shit. And I knew, and then Ramon, Ramon said you better get checked because he had it, because him and I obviously rode back and forth because we lived in Fargo, Moorhead area. But that's Bottoms Up run, correct?
No, I love that tattoo. I didn't even know you had that one.
Yeah, it's my mom, about my mom right there. Yeah,
awesome. That's
actually we're doing the Fud Fest up in just I think Towner or something like that. Or just outside of Minot up there, there's a guy, his name is Fudd. I don't know, it's a big thing that goes on all the time, and we had the pleasure of doing that as the Great Outdoors, and that was either that or that's either a Bottoms Up run picture, because I'm awesome and people like taking pictures of me, I guess. That was us in Sturgis one of the years when Mike Rugg, which was on the far right over there, that's Mike Rugg.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, and then obviously Vance Van Wagner, myself. Vance Van Wagner was in there for quite a while. He joined just after I joined up again after the collapse of Broken Thirsty. But that was when we went and played down there. I think that was actually 2017 right there.
Okay, so how often did you play when you go to Sturgis?
We did about 15 shows every year.
Okay. That within 1 week or 2 weeks?
About 8 or 9 days. So sometimes we would be doing double shows, afternoon show, and then at the campground where we played at the Iron Horse campground, and then the Side Hack Saloon in town, and that was the strip club down there, and it was great. Just the energy, that stage presence was crazy to be right down there. Like semis would go by and you get blast back from the sound, and you just hear how massive this system. Dave McSweeney, he's the sound guy who does the sound down there. He told me that I could possibly he asked me if I was going to be down there this time. I'm like, no. So I'm going to hook something up for hopefully next year after I have things rolling fully with bro. Because you did say, you said it sounded good. I think I have something rolling. So let's see if that pans out.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Let's, and I've been working. That was actually
Biff rocking some drums.
Yeah.
Back to the old school.
So that was actually during the Great Outdoors. I just got back there and somebody played the bass, and I just played. I think Ramon was playing bass, and we were just rocking it out. Every once in a while, I got to just do whatever. I got lost many times, or I overrolled my fills, and because it's been a while, but
that never happens.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
That's actually a Specs picture right there. That's
Specs?
Yes,
You made it look that big.
Yeah, somebody we Ramon paid one of my old delivery drivers from Domino's to come in there who did pictures, and he did that. And there's actually, you'll see a picture of us in the parking lot there. That's the guitar player is this young 20-some-year-old kid, and he was rocking it with us. For the longest time, I was always the baby in the band, and then that little shit had to join the band. Here, Jordan Peterson, and his mom worked with Johnny Green.
I think I know Jordan.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I auditioned for The Voice one time. I didn't know enough Carrie Underwood songs because the lady that they put you in a room and you're at the producer things and the rounds, and they put you 10 people in a room.
Okay.
And this girl was like number 4, and I was like number 6, and she sang the song, and I had a choice, either do a Garth Brooks song, or I had this really risque Chris Cornell song, and Biff, you better do that. You better do that. You better do that. What did I do? Garth Brooks.
Tried to play
yeah,
it safe.
I should have went. And the song that I was going to do was "As Hope and Promise Fades" by Chris Cornell. And if you want to hear it, if you ever want to hear a great tune, man, oh geez, he's such a fascinating. I love his acoustic stuff. It gives me goosebumps. And if I would have listened to my intuition, I bet you I could have went a little further. Maybe not as far, who knows? But I know that I would have had a better chance because I'm thinking, Biff, you're going to get screwed if you don't change up. And what happened? Biff screwed Biff.
No, you were just trying to make the best decision at the time. But yeah.
Obviously, that was kind of like my start to, putting me to where I'm at right now. It's like I thought I had what I needed to be somebody, and I was always trying, and I was failing all around. And that was my first stable platform right there was joining the Great Outdoors.
Let the adventure begin.
Oh,
I never saw that.
And let me tell you, it did begin because, like I said, that 238 shows that first year. My roommate was Taco Bill Estep, and we practiced 10 hours a day. I was always practicing. I couldn't. There was not enough time that I couldn't. I mean, I'm not saying I didn't do a few other things, but mostly I was practicing, or I was watching things to improve mine. So I was learning theory before I knew what theory was. Ramon would be like, "Do you know the 1-4-5?" And I'm like,
yep.
"No, what? No." But Ramon would ask me, "Do you know what the 1-4-5 is?" Like he's trying to explain this to me, and then all of a sudden, just one day, it's like I walk into a wall. Pow! I get it. Oh wow! It's like just. So there's so much. There's nothing but much admiration that I can have for Ramon Gonzalez and the Great Outdoors, because it fine tuned me, and I still have more fine tuning, but the music that you heard earlier, if I wouldn't have worked with this gentleman right here, I wouldn't have taken the time to want to learn similar stuff, to actually take time and let music breathe and learn. Like he I don't know, I had a lot of ass time and drive time with Ramon, and here's Ramon driving, and mine was right next to him, and man, we did a lot of that ass time, and it was just. He told me one thing. He says, I think I'm a hell of a harmonizer, and he said that when I was asking him, I said, I want to learn to sing harmonies, and he says, you want to learn to sing harmonies? Study the Beatles.
Oh yeah.
So what did I do? I'm a huge fan of the Beatles, and I never was until I did my homework. Like to learn bass better. I literally studied Waylon Jennings. Because everything, there's so many different time structures and different counts and different styles within his repertoire, that, like, even when I passed, people ask us, like, how do you play so well, or it's like, I feel like, I know how to ride the pocket really well, but there's always things that I know that I can improve on, but I sometimes lack on doing, It does.
We got a virus threat protection.
No. Oh no. So, anyways,
Yep.
there was just a lot of good opportunity. I got distracted really easy. It's like, squirrel, what?
Oh, it's all good.
And then everything gone. But there's we talked about so much. It's like I don't even know what.
Well, he is a walking musical encyclopedia.
He's a genius.
People say you can just yell any name, any song, they'll just play it.
Well, if even if you want to get a hold of him because you're looking for gigs, he's always taking up people to book people places, because he's not about raping your pocketbook. He's an actual musician who's played the rooms that he'll put you into. He's really talented. He's really good at what he does. He's a moneymaker.
Sure.
And
He's still out doing
that's that was the first time my oldest boy and my baby boy met, and my baby boy was sucking on my phone, so I told my oldest boy to put the phone in his mouth.
it.
That's Nicholas and Jacob, and Nicholas, a lot of life, and like me and his mom got between him and my relationship. So it's like, he's 18 now, and I hope that him being a man, I'm here for him, if he wants to, because there's nothing, but he's an adult now. He can come and he can take that opportunity without his mom being there to coach him on what he wants to say, or what he should say. It's like, I have all the answers if he wants to ask me. But see, my baby boy, I treat my baby boy the way I can, because I'm here and I don't want to fail on him where I felt I failed on the first one.
Yeah, you always look back and you just see things you could do better. Just like music. Same
Breaks
idea.
my heart,
It does.
that I was like that, but it's taken a lot to grow up to this point and accept it that, I am a piece of shit and I could do myself a lot better than what I've given.
You're not a piece of shit.
No, actually what it is I've never given myself credit, the credit that I'm due, because I know I'm a good guy, but I start believing all the negative hype. It's just like, I got a lot of things that are going wrong, but way more that's going right. And it's just, if I prioritize things a little bit more, things will be better. And I'm finding ways easier now to do that. And I love spending time with my little boy, because then I don't have to think like an adult all the time.
Exactly. Oh yeah, they're the greatest.
And and obviously that was one of the lineups of Great Outdoors. And if you look at me on the end there, we played this club, and some people thought that I was like some Irish dude.
You look so young in that one.
Yeah.
What is that?
I'm just a sexy dude.
Oh, there you
go.
There's Ramon.
Yeah, I had to throw that in there. That's one of the pictures that kid took. Look at how great those are.
No, it's
just
nice.
fascinating pictures, and yeah, he's such a talented, like, there. You want to talk about a utility musician right there. That is the definition of a utility musician. I would love to find somebody just with that caliber to offer the keyboards and all the shit that he offers. It's like, we even played, I played one song with Ramon where I played piano, and we did Home Sweet Home by Motley Crue, but we did the
Nice.
like we and I said we should learn that, and Ramon's like, you're gonna learn it. So I played it, and he played bass, and we played that song. And so he really pushed me in other directions. Just wouldn't allow me just to stay in my box. He kind of always, I don't know, a lot of times I think he just physically pissed me off just because I think things were better when I was on edge. When I was playing music, and I just, attitude meant a lot, I mean, it's just like, if we go out there, got the right stone going on and the right, attitude going on, it's like, well, man, it's like, well, then their two steps going to be just as fascinating,
I like that.
And that was one of them. That was the Jordan Peterson. That was one of them he took out in the, that's outside of specs. Look at how good that is.
The shadowing.
Yeah, that guy did some great stuff, man.
That's good.
Yeah, that actually is out at the the M&J's.
There.
And that's
There,
got Sean. That's got Sean on guitar over there, and that's got Stubby on drums, and then obviously Ron Driggers on. And this was just before Sean Weiss left the band, and then I would say
Broken Thirsty.
this is Broken Thirsty.
There we go.
We were doing Honky Tonk Woman, and if you ever take the chance, I'll send you the link. You should watch this video. This lady comes out there unoblivious to her being filmed, and she dances the worst. I mean, it's an internet sensation. So you should go on to YouTube, look up Broken Thirsty, and look up Honky Tonk Woman. Watch that video. It is funny how she slaps the floor, shakes her ass, and everything. It's a real gin-soaked barroom queen.
We'll have the links down below on that one.
It is a real gin-soaked bar. That's actually Bottoms Up Run right there.
Oh,
Like, I had a lot of friends. It was such a spiritual awakening there. I had more friends tell me that I was worth a damn. And I know that I am, but it's just that, life beats you down and beats that thought out of your head. Well, I had more people tell me that they appreciated me and they wished they were happy to meet me at that particular, that year right there. That was not this year, but that was the last year. And oh my God, it was great. Great people. Rick Rick was obviously there's same. I was always look at the monster that I was compared to everybody else. They called me Silver Squatch, and because I was half silverback and half Sasquatch. Like I could do stuff that it would take two of them to do with one. Put road cases underneath my arm.
that is awesome. Silver Squatch.
Yeah. And obviously that's just when I worked at Amazon, and that was what I looked at. I was trying to look all serious for somebody, just all serious, and then we're back to
there. So no, good.
Yeah, I just tried to send as many pictures as I could just to show you. It was pretty. There's been a pretty good journey, and I'm hoping to go a hell of a lot further.
I'm sure you will. Just take care of yourself.
It's getting easier to do that. And Samsung, check out. Actually, there was an issue with my single "Looking for Pieces of Me." It was released on September 1st, but there was something that I ended up deleting it off of being published by being tired, and I deleted the wrong one. So now, if you go back on there on October 1st, there's a link there, or it's going to be on. There's going to be 6 songs that are going to be part of that. Being this damn broke. There's a song called Rosalita Stone Me. Well, that's about a certain relationship. I just changed the name to protect the innocent, and the innocent is me. Sorry. Anyways, but anyways, there's that, and there's a song called Can You Hear Me Now? And what that is me telling people all that I went through. From my point of view of seeing how if you really cared to know how I acted or how I felt through all this stuff, it's like, this is it. It's like, can you hear me now? It's like, I'm speaking, I'm tired of just hurting now. It's like, hear it,
No, I hear you. So that's all going to drop on Saturday.
Yeah.
Nice. Got to make sure I get links to that so I can put it on here.
I will.
For you. So I'll do that. But are you ready for some juvenile destruction then?
Sure.
Since we're talking about destruction and sacrifice and all that. But here we go. This week's Off the Roof. Well, recycled Off the Roof. I just grab these at random now. My driveway's full of crap. So I have no idea what we're about to do here. What's this one? Smashing the old Beretta. So maybe wondering why we do this in the first place.
There's satisfaction in watching it in slow motion.
Oh yes.
And then you could drive over it too.
That's a great idea.
That would have that angle right there would have been cool.
I gotta figure out how to do that now. That's a great idea.
All right. What a throw.
Yep. Way back in the day, we used to have our raging parties here, and inevitably someone would be on the roof and we'd be throwing just random electronic songs. So just keeping the tradition alive.
Perfect day
for absolutely no reason. Other than it's fun. There we go. That's this week's Off the Roof. So, Biff, what's coming up here?
October 7th and 8th, we're going to be at Specs. I haven't booked anything seriously. Like I said, I'm just right now, I'm just getting my ducks in a row. So that way, when I do start booking, I want to try to get in, like by springtime, start going seriously. But I mean, I'm going to be gigging and doing some things from here on out. I'm going to be pulling gigs if I can, because obviously, it's a little late, but people are going to be looking for backing,
Cool. Where can they find you at?
These dates. Well, you can go to on Facebook. Just look up Broken Thirsty. Just look up the same the link, Broke & Thirsty. If you just like us on Facebook, and there will be times, even if I'm not there, or if can't make it, I'll go live and you can actually watch the show right from Facebook.
Nice.
So I'll give it to you. But yeah, it'll be a calendar. There'll be a link to my calendar coming up here. I'm going to be building a website here. Just going to get things rolling here. Once I get fully going, I'm going to get a nice press kit going, build my own commercials, so that way when people want to book us, they can just download and just send the commercials to the radio station.
Exactly. So yeah, all that stuff will be linked down below, at least everything that I could find, and what Biff has sent me. So it should have most of the links of it down below. And let's see, if you're looking for us, we're at Uptown Tonight Podcast at Gmail, or you can find us on the Tiki Tacs and all that social media funness, and on the Facebooks and stuff. Or else you can go to uptownbandfargo.com/podcast. I'll get you there as well. Or if you're looking just for Uptown the band itself, uptownbandfargo.com, and I'll give you all the things. You can find that on all the social medias too. So remember, if your drummer has more charisma than your front man, your band may be in trouble. But that's why my band's doing just fine. So until next time.
It's just a little baby turtle. Look at him go.